Okay. On this episode of Kev N Tell, welcome.
Oh yes.
Welcome to the temple, the gaming temple of Kev. It's filled with ancient Nintendo video games and consoles and systems. But as it is on Kev N Tell, only Kevin knows the legend behind each of the treasures in his temple. Which one are we going to hear about today?
And I get to be a temple guard.
You get to be a temple guard, yes. We love the Legends of the Hidden Temple show. And essentially what Kev N Tell is I pick out something, or Skip could pick out something.
No, you go for it.
So I'll pick out something from my gaming collection and just give like a brief, like... I say brief, but then I end up chatting about it for a little bit. Give like a brief history of it and like why it's here and why it's special. So today's legend is going to be, I know what I want to pick out, it's actually very sentimental.
Aww.
And I'm going to pick out the copy of it here. And this guy here. Oh boy, it just fell. No, Nanny, I'm sorry.
Nanny.
It's okay. It's a Nintendo 64 cartridge. You could drop this off the roof. It's fine. Alright. I'm going to ask for Taylor's assistance to hold this up for me.
Oh, sure.
So the game that I picked out... Oh, that's very hard to see. The game that I picked out is F-Zero X for the Nintendo 64.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if a lot of you have played this game before. It's just a great game. It's super awesome. I used to play Super Smash Bros. And there we go. I used to play Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 64. And I would look at, like, I exhausted everything with that game. It was, like, one of my favorites. And, I would look on the, they had, like, the characters and, like, what other games they were from, and I loved Captain Falcon. He was so cool. You know, Falcon Punch just knocked people off the Legend stuff. And the games that he was listed in was F-Zero X for Nintendo 64. I'm like, oh, F-Zero X, like, that sounds really awesome. You know, it sounds like a game that I'd really want to play. I had no idea what it was about. I didn't know it was a racing game. I didn't know it was, like, Future Space Mario Kart. I didn't know how awesome it was. So I'd put it on my Christmas list. And my grandmother, who we call my grandmother Nanny, she bought this game for me for Christmas. And the really special thing about Nanny was that, you know, if Nanny wanted to get you something that you really liked. She wanted to get you something that was very special to you and something that you really cared about. So she, you know, heard from she got the list from my parents. She was like, all right, this game, I'm going to go get this video game for Kevin because this is exactly what he wants for Christmas. And it was really sweet. Like, I remember being, like, very ecstatic opening up this game. I have a good collection of Nintendo 64 games, and I've done a pretty okay job of keeping them over the years. Like, when I was younger, I didn't care. I cared a lot about caring for my games. But some of them, like, you see there's some, like, wear and tear. These ended up in a box somewhere. But this game is very special to me. I did spend a lot of time playing it. I've completed it, like, all the way through. It is a true video game gem. And it was just so sweet that my nanny bought this for me. You know, I love my nanny. She was the best. She was just a rock star. I loved her so much. F-Zero X.
It's a precious story.
Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I have a couple of games from Nanny in the temple here that maybe we could chat about another one once Skip earns enough points. Or redeem another Kev N Tell.
I've been saving them up for my Kev N Tells.
So,
That's how I got my first Zelda game, was my grandma.
Oh, that's sweet, Sean. His first Zelda game was from his grandma.
Oh, that's really sweet. Which Which game?
Ocarina of Time.
Nice. All right. Yeah, it's a good one to start with. That was my first Zelda game too. I think I went out and got that myself. I'm not sure. So yes, thank you all for listening to a little Kev N Tell here. I find it to be very fun.
And what room
very
in the
rewarding.
temple will we find F0X?
In the shrine of the silver monkey.
Are they all in the shrine of the silver monkey?
Yes, they are. It's in the king's store.
It's the best one.
My voice is
You get a lot of silver
cracking
bullets.
hard here.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry everybody, that peaked pretty hard on that mic.